Thom Hartmann here with you, and it's Anything Goes Friday. Audrey in Richton Park, Illinois. Hey, Audrey, what's on your mind today?
Good afternoon, Tom. It's good to get on the line with you again, and I know it's been a while. My comments are these. First and foremost, your guest, Julio, or whoever that was,
Julio Rivera.
Sounded extremely insensitive. If he wishes to talk about people having better eating habits and so on, please have him explain what happens to those who have been rendered ill by environmental pollution. Secondly,
or those who live in food deserts. You know, there's large parts of this country, particularly inner cities, where you just literally cannot find good food.
Right, and the thing is, though, my point is his argument seems disingenuous. You know, if he cares so much about people bucking up and getting healthy, okay, then make the Koch brothers, the Koch Industries Inc., and other members of industry buck up and stop polluting our environment, so on and so forth.
Amen.
But I originally called to say this. We have to be careful. You know, the white supremacy movement seems to be one built on grievance. I personally believe that racism was created as a means of dividing and conquering the workforce. It's the best weapon that the super feckless amongst the super rich have.
Totally
Second
agree.
best is sexism.
Yep.
So, yeah, you have to watch, and I used to assume that these people were at least patriotic, and I forgot my history, and I think a lot of us have. If we recall, the American Civil War was started because, by a bunch of people, motivated by white supremacy.
Yep.
To secede from the Union. And what were they seceding for? They wanted the quote-unquote freedom to enslave other human beings.
That's correct.
And they were willing to burn this nation down to the ground in order to get what they want. Or if they couldn't get what they want, then nobody could have anything.
Yep.
And I think we've seen a political resurgence of this. Now there are other factors that contributed to it. It looks like our election was hacked. Essentially, we're investigating collusion by the Trump campaign. There's a suspicion of collusion by the Trump campaign with hostile foreign power. We're also looking at, again, white supremacy. Don't want people of color voting, the interstate cross-check program, these voter ID laws that came online after, the Shelby County versus Attorney General Eric Holder case, knocked out Sections 4 and 5. So we need to stop putting it past these people when they, give us their excuses that they want us to pity them. I'm not going to pity them. These are people whose grievances are built on the necessity for me to denigrate myself as an African American and a woman and a single mother, so on and so forth. I got to denigrate myself so that they can feel superior.
Yep.
And they are willing to destroy. They are a destructive lot. They are willing to burn this country to the ground if they cannot have their way. They have shown that in the past. And, some of them might have been bamboozled by Trump, but the ones who are still sticking by him, despite all the evidence that is coming up, the intelligence, I should say, that has come up regarding these issues of the voting issues, the Russian hacking issues, the suspicion of colluding with a hostile foreign power. These are the people who are willing to burn it all down. And we need to stop underestimating just what level of destruction they are willing to exact upon this country.
Yeah, it's given that once before they've already tried to burn this country down, that being the Civil War, as you pointed out, Audrey.
Mm-hmm. So we need to be aware of that. I mean, we have, and bear in mind, they might be the unwitting puppets of what I call money supremacists. People like our beloved governor here in Illinois, Bruce Rauner, who's willing to socially and economically burn down the state of Illinois, it appears, rather than govern in a humane, compassionate, responsible, and democratic manner. if he doesn't get his way. We're going on. We still don't have a full fiscal year budget. This is, I think, the 700th and something odd day without a full fiscal year budget.
Wow.
This man, we've got social services about to, crumbling. We've got public universities that are struggling to survive. And this individual has shown himself to be motivated by greed and lust for power. Racism thing, whether or not that's his deal, I don't know. I do not doubt, though, that he benefits from it because, again, divide and conquer the workforce. This is a man who's shown himself to be anti-laborer because he's anti-labor union, anti-workers' compensation, working for the workers. He wants it to be more of a profit vehicle for the insurance companies. He's anti-tax because he doesn't want to be bothered. How do you get to be a billionaire? He's trying to say that Illinois is bad for business, but he became a billionaire somehow, along with the friends that support him, Sam Zell, Ken Griffin, so on and so forth. Again, we need to stop underestimating the destructive will of these people so that we can politically, socially, and economically fight against their destructive will.
Very well said, Audrey. Very well said. And we need to start calling them out again. I mean, I think the last two presidents to seriously call out the anti-democratic machinations of the rich were Franklin Roosevelt and Harry Truman. And we really haven't had a president since then who has called those people out, who has called them by name. And we really need to start talking like that. I think. Audrey, thank you so much for the call. Very well said.